Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang football 2015. This is game number 2 in the season after the Mustangs came out of their opening game win against the Kimball Longhorns with a 28-13 victory. They look for victory number 2 here this evening as they'll host the Valentine Badgers here from Gordon. We are 14 minutes and 10 seconds away from the opening kickoff of tonight's game. Thanks very much for joining us. Glad to have you along with us. Make sure that you say thanks to tonight's sponsors for this outstanding football action. Those sponsors this evening: the First National Bank of Gordon, Husker Auto Parts, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Bank of the West, Hins Home Furnishings, the Gordon Vision Center, State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart, Accountant Carol Child, Gordon Superfoods, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. We'll step aside for just a minute and be back with some starting lineups after this.
These are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. Great tractors, awesome combines, incredible hay tools, and even an award-winning self-propelled sprayer. Innovative products, and a renewed commitment to people who really appreciate field smarts. Sounds like someone like you, doesn't it?
It's going to snow this winter, and you need a reliable four-wheel drive outfit. Be prepared with this 2015 F-150 Super Crew from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. It's loaded with features and comes with stowable loading ramps to make loading your ATV or snowmobile a breeze. You can find this and other vehicles to fill your needs at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Gordon Superfoods is proud to sponsor Gordon-Rushville Mustang football. Superfoods is a full-service grocery store that carries anything you might need. Check out the full-service meat department or satisfy your sweet tooth at the Sandhills Bakery. They have tons of great deals weekly, and if you don't have a rewards card, be sure to get one today. Good luck, Mustangs, from Gordon Superfoods. "11 minutes left to the opening kickoff of today's game between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Valentine Badgers. Glad to have you along with us. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Starting tonight at quarterback, Morgan Holbert. At fullback, Ethan Yanni. The two wings tonight will be Shane Child and Talon Pieper. The receivers on the outside, Jared Nelson and Rhett Conroy. The offensive line up front for the Mustangs: at center, Zane Hamilton. Left guard, Clayton Schultz. Right guard, Damian Holman. Left tackle, Logan Dexter. And right tackle, Caleb Peters. On the defensive side of the football, the defensive front for the Mustangs: at defensive ends, it'll be Corby Campbell and Rhett Conroy. At the defensive tackle spots, it'll be Clayton Schultz and Damian Holman. The outside linebackers, Logan Belsky and Sam Hood. The inside linebackers, Ethan Yanni and Talon Pieper. The safety is Shane Child, and the two cornerbacks tonight, Morgan Holbert and Jared Nelson. Those are the starting lineups for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Following the season opening win last week at Kimball, the Mustangs hosting Valentine here this evening. Next week, September 11th, they'll be on the road at Bridgeport. And we will be carrying all of these games for you right here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. So make sure you tune in each week for all of this great football action. A week from tonight, we'll be in Bridgeport, where the Mustangs will travel to take on the Bridgeport Bulldogs. September 18th, Mustangs back home again, where they'll take on Bennett County, and that is homecoming. September 25th, Mustangs travel to Mitchell. October 2nd, Chase County comes visiting. October 16th, Mustangs will travel to Sheridan for their annual matchup against the Cardinals, and they'll finish up at home on October 23rd against Ogallala. And if you missed last week's exciting win against the Kimball Longhorns, you can always watch those replays of those games on our website. They're available to watch anytime, anywhere, from any place on your mobile device, home computer, you name it, at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Those games are also rebroadcast on Great Plains Communications Local Access Channel number 2. So check your local listings for the replays of those games on Great Plains Communications. Glad to have them partnering with us again this season to bring you replays of these great Mustang football games. 8.5 minutes left before the opening kickoff. We'll step aside one more time before we get ready to go here.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment, increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us,
To both teams. I'd like to have you turn your attention to the north end of the field where Gordon
So we are just about ready to get this thing underway. Just about ready to get things going here, as the Mustangs will be kicking off to the Valentine Badgers to get things going. The Mustangs in their blue jerseys, silver helmets, and gray pants. Valentine in their road white jerseys, red pants, and red helmets. 12 minutes on the clock, first quarter just about ready to get underway here from Gordon. Glad to have you along with us. Morgan Holbert has it teed up, and we are just about ready to go. Holbert puts his foot into it. That one's going to come down and go, not going to go out of bounds. It's muffed, picked up now, and up the sideline comes the returner, and going to end up with a great return out across the 30-yard line after leaving without the football as he first tried to pick it up. So it'll be 1st and 10 Valentine.
Number 22, Wyatt Hitchcock, picked up that ball and returned it
from the Valentine.
First and 10 Badgers.
They're going to mark it at about the 31-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Badgers. They'll work out of the shotgun here. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 back in the backfield with the quarterback. Takes the snap, fakes the quick toss outside, and brought down immediately by Corby Campbell. He didn't bite on that fake at all, as he brings down Lyle Kate, the running back that time.
Campbell, no gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. With the ball on the 33-yard line.
We had to restart everything, but we got it going, so we're good. Yeah, sorry. That's all right. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Valentine Badgers. 2 wides to the right, 1 to the left, out of the shotgun. Give it on the fly sweep coming around the right side. Now he cuts it back up the middle. and going to be brought down by Talon Pieper after a gain of about 2 yards, and it'll bring up third down and about 8.
He picks up about 3 yards on the play. Number 30, Talon Pieper on that stop. And number 9 for the Mustangs, and that'd be Logan Belsky. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Badgers with the ball on the 36-yard
So brings up third down and 8. 10:45 to go, first quarter. No score. Opening drive of the game. Valentine facing a 3rd and long. They'll work out of the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield. 1 wide receiver left, 1 wide to the right. Takes the snap, looks off right side, and intercepted! Intercepted! Nice job by the Mustangs that time. And that is Sean Combs stepping in front of that. He timed it up perfectly. He backpedaled at the snap, read that play perfectly, and came up, stepped right in front of it for the big interception. Mustangs set up in perfect territory here on the 30-yard line of the Badgers. 10:25 to go in the first quarter. That play up the middle, that's not going anywhere that time. Tried to get it to Ethan Yanni that time, and he didn't go anywhere with it.
He's brought down here by number 79.
And so it'll be second down and about 12. Loss on the play that time.
6 for the Badgers. That would be Stephen Shields. He lost 2.
The Mustangs back in that double wing formation. It's the only formation we saw through the entire game last week, and they're back in it this time as now Child comes into motion, going to the left side. He's got the toss. He's got the 30, cuts it upfield, and he'll have a gain of about 5 yards, but it'll still bring up 3rd and long. Let's see where they spot it. And we, like you on the camera there, looking into this sun, brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Mustangs. 9:30 to go in the first quarter. The Mustangs knew coming into this they were going to be facing a lot bigger front 4 by the 5 by the Valentine Badgers tonight than what they had faced, and that one's nearly intercepted through the hands of the intended receiver. Goes under center. Steps back, it looks off right. He's got a man there. Complete. Caught inside. And down he goes inside the 5. Great play that time. And a well-thrown ball pulled in by Jared Nelson. It'll be 1st and goal Mustangs from inside the 5-yard line. Well done, Mustangs, on a 3rd and 9. Holbert had a guy breathing down his neck, but he stood in there and put that one right where it needed to be. And now the Mustangs in great shape here. 1st and goal from the 4, 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. It didn't do the math last week. I'm not sure that the Mustangs completed more than 3 passes a week ago. This is a toss right side. This is Talon Pieper. He's down for a short gain. We'll see. Got a bad angle from up here. Going to say no gain. So 2nd and goal. 8:23 to go first quarter. Mustangs knocking on the door. Holbert under center. Child motion. The give up the middle. That's Yanni. Crashes forward and touchdown. Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. They lead it 6-0 with 8:06 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs take advantage of the early turnover and the miscue by the Badgers, and they turn it into. So they'll go for 2 here. They early attempt to PAT. And now fusion here as Ethan Yanni comes onto the field late. Now they're going to come back, have to huddle it up again so they don't get a penalty. So the 2-point try with 8:06 to go line. They come under, and I think we ran out of time. They did. So the Mustangs will give up 5 yards. It'll make it a PAT from the 8-yard line. And that certainly increases the level of difficulty. Now Yanni comes back out of the game. And now they will try a PAT attempt, the first of the year. Corby Campbell lines it up. Looks like Sam Hood, the holder on this attempt. The placement is down, the kick is up, and it is no good. Looks like maybe it was wide left. And so the score is 6-0. Gordon-Rushville leads it with 8:06 left to go in the first quarter. So the Mustangs lead this one 6-0 with 8:06 left to go in the first quarter. They capitalize on the interception by Sean Combs, and they put it in the end zone. Key play on that drive, the 4th down conversion on 4th down and 9, complete from Morgan Holbert to Jared Nelson that set them up inside the 5. Mustangs punch it across, and they lead it 6-0. Holbert puts his foot into this one. It's going to land at about the 20. Now it's going to be booted again by the returner, and this time he's met and driven back. And they'll take over at the 21-yard line this time, will the Valentine Badgers. So 8:01 left to go on the clock here in the first quarter. Mustangs with a 6-0 lead.
For number 2 for the Mustangs, that'd be Andrew Higgins. And on the stop, the ball will be on the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Badgers.
So Valentine runs out of a variety of offensive sets. This time they've got 2 wide outs to each side. And they'll operate from the shotgun. Snap, look left side on the quick hitch, and that one's incomplete. Threw it well behind the receiver. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Pass is thrown out there and it falls incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Badgers.
So 2nd down and 10 to go. Quarterback Jaden Owen doing the work for the Badgers here tonight. He'll go under center this time. They'll work out of the eye. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Owen takes the snap, turn, the give is to the fullback, first man through, and that's taken away by the Mustangs. And are they going to say he was down? They're going to say that he was down. That was a very, very close play. Mustangs ripped that ball out of there, and the Badgers get the benefit of the call that time. Very close, but it'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for Valentine with 7:30 to go in the first quarter. Mustangs lead at 6-0, much in the same way as they did last week. They took the turnover on the opening drive from Kimball and marched it in for a touchdown. So now 3rd down and 9. Owen takes the snap, looks downfield. That's not Owen. Check that. That's going to be well short of the first down. That is Logan O'Keefe doing the quarterbacking. That's number 12. And that is well short. It'll be 4th down and 8. And the Badgers will be forced to punt here. So a good defensive stand that time by the Mustangs as they force the Badgers to punt.
Back deep for the Mustangs will be number 21.
And this will be Wyatt Hitchcock back to punt this one away. Child and Pieper back deep as the twin safeties for the Mustangs. end-over-end kick. That's fielded by Pieper. And he's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line, but good field position for the Mustangs as they take over on their own 45-yard line with 6:27 left to go in the first quarter. Folks, say thanks to sponsors of tonight's action. The First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. The Mustangs back to work on offense from their own 45-yard line. Child comes in motion. Give is to Yanni. He's got it off the left side. Room to run. Cuts it back up inside. He's across the 40 and down to the 37, 38-yard line of Valentine. So a good run that time by Ethan Yanni. Started up the middle, cut it off the left side, and that's a first down for the Mustangs from they spotted at the 39-yard line of the Badgers. 6:16 to go, first quarter. Mustangs on the move. Holbert with the snap, fakes the give. This is to Pieper coming around the right side. Tries to get the corner. He's got 5, he's got 10, out of bounds. And another Mustang first down at the 22-yard line. Talon Pieper got the edge that time and able to scoot down the field for a gain of about 13. That's another 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 5:53 to go, first quarter, and a 1st and 10 for Gordon-Rushville. So Valentine plays a 5-man front. The Mustangs trying to gauge and find some room to run. They'll give it to Shane Child coming around the left side. He's across. He's inside the 10 and tossed out of bounds. See where they spot it, very close to the 10-yard line. Try and get a look at this here, but another good gain that time by Child coming around the left. They will mark this one right at the 10-yard line.
It'll be 1st and goal Mustangs.
Basically 1st and goal. They've still got the chains up on the far side, but 1st and goal for the 10, 5:22 to go. They give it to Pieper and can't quite break free. They had penetration in the backfield that time, and he couldn't elude the tackler, and he's pulled down for a loss that time. 72, that's Caden Billings with the tackle for loss on the play. That's a loss of about 6. So it'll be 2nd down and 16. Mustangs can get a first down here just outside the goal line.
We'll make it 2nd and 17.
So 2nd and a long way to go this time now as Morgan Holbert under center. Nelson the wide out to the near side. Conroy to the far side. Give to Shane Child coming around the left side. He's got some room. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. He finally brought down. It'll bring up a 3rd and manageable here as they'll spot this right at the 5-yard line, I believe. I'm sure you have the same luck watching your computer screen at home. We can't really see the yard lines from here with the sun at this angle. And so they're going to spot this. It is so hard to tell. We're going to call it we'll go with the PA announcer. We'll go with the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 3. Holbert under center. Turns, gives it to Yanni up the middle, and he is snowed under. Stacked up, no gain on the play. May have even lost a yard that time as Valentine was ready for that one. Not able to get much movement on the line that time, and so they'll move it back, and it'll be 4th and goal.
4th and goal from the 4 for the Mustangs.
And they've got it marked at they say from the 4-yard line. 3:38 to go, first quarter. 4th and goal, Mustangs. Yanni the deep back. Pieper and Child on the wings. Holbert takes the snap. Toss, throws in miscommunication that time. Tried to get it to Jared Nelson, and threw it well behind him. Miscommunication that time as Nelson was running a slant. And Holbert threw something else. So they turn it over on downs with 3:22 to go in the first quarter. So Valentine takes over from their own 4-yard line with 3:22 to go in the first quarter. So they'll work from the shotgun again, 2 wides to each side, 1 back in the backfield with the quarterback. Takes the snap. This is O'Keefe. Throws it down the right side. Overthrows his man. The closest guy was a Mustang, and it's Morgan Holbert, and he couldn't quite pull it in. He could see that ball was meant for him, laid out, but just couldn't quite pull that one down. It'll be 2nd down and 10. O'Keefe underestimated or overestimated the speed of his receiver that time. Overthrew him by about 5 or 10 yards. Morgan Holbert with the best chance of pulling that one in. But it falls incomplete. 3:15 to go first quarter, 2nd down and 10 Valentine. They'll work from the eye this time. 1 wide receiver to each side. And we got a false start on the Badgers.
We have a flag on the play.
That'll cost them half the distance to the goal. It is indeed a false start, and that'll move them back. They'll scrimmage this from the 2-yard line. So not a big loss on that penalty, as only half the distance to the goal, and so it'll make it 2nd down and 12. And now we've got an equipment problem with Morgan Holbert. He's got a knee brace that's come loose. Officials get him put back together and ready for action again. 3:15 to go, 2nd down and 12. Badgers working out of the I formation again. O'Keefe under center. O'Keefe turns, gives it to the I back right up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's out there for positive yardage. He's going to be short of the 1st down, but a good gain on the play and gets him a little bit of breathing room, but it'll still be 3rd down. Try to get a look at where they spot this at just outside the 10-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. So 3rd and 4 for Valentine. 2:45 to go first quarter. Out of the eye again. O'Keefe under center.
That'll bring up.
With every snap. And whistles going off inside the helmet for just a little bit here. Yards onto the end of this. Looks like he's going to be all right. Gets the okay. And a big round of applause from. And that's why they wear the helmet, folks, as that was a hit out of bounds and sent him right in. Going to be fine. Officials talked this one over. Indication was an illegal shoot. Now they'll mark off the penalty against the Mustangs. And it'll be 2nd down and about 11.
Yeah, by the Mustangs will be a 5 penalty. That'll back them
so
up.
they'll play 2nd down. And
for the Mustangs.
So this Mustang offense predicated on chewing up clock, getting yardage in small chunks, keeping yourself in the ball game and ready to make a move in the 4th quarter. Here's Shane Child coming around the left. No, that's Corby Campbell around the left end. Runs right over a tackler, and he's down to around the 10-yard line. They're going to say he stepped out at about the 12.
He runs around the left side for a nice gain. He's brought down by number
Gain of about 4 that time on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long. 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Third down, and we're going to call it 8 as they mark it on the 12-yard line. Really struggling with these yardages with inability to see the lines in the glare from the sun here. Under 20 seconds to go now as Morgan Holbert under center with 3rd and 8. Holbert turns, gives it off to Pieper, breaks a tackle, cuts it up inside, but he can't break the second tackle. And he's brought down the last play of the first quarter. At the end of one, it is 6 and the Valentine 0 here on the Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang football 2000.
Get one today. Block Mustangs from Superfoods.
So the Mustangs with the lead at the end of the first quarter. Say thanks to the sponsors of tonight's action. Husker Auto Parts is your local CarQuest dealer, offering a wide selection of CarQuest parts and CarQuest accessories. Stop in at 221 North Main Street in Gordon and ask about their fall bulk oil sale, or you can call them at 282-2100. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company. They offer all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. And you better hurry up, get out and winterize your home and yard before it's way too late. Buck and the gang at True Value of Gordon have everything that you will need. Come bank with the best. Bank of the West offers all banking services, including mortgages. Come enjoy our welcoming atmosphere. The coffee pot is always on at the Bank of the West. Ready to get the second quarter underway here. Glad to have you along with us. And to get things started here in the second quarter, Valentine will be in punt formation, ready to send this one. Excuse me, check that. That's the Mustangs with 4th down here. Holbert turns, rolls to his right on the bootleg, throws it to the end zone, and just barely tipped away. He had Rhett Conroy right at the goal line, but it's tipped away just in the nick of time. And so the Valentine Badgers will take over on their own, we're going to call it their own 10-yard line. So 11:53 to go in the second quarter. Valentine back to work again with the long field to work here. Mustangs have turned it over on downs twice inside the 10-yard line. So Valentine 1st and 10 from their own 10. One back set this time, 2 tight ends and 2 wideouts as O'Keefe hands it off to the back, and he's wrapped up after a very short gain that time. It'll bring up 2nd down and long. So Hudson Perriman with the carry that time, and he'll get about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 to go. So Valentine shows you a variety of sets. Now they'll go back to this shotgun with the 2 backs, 1 wide receiver to each side. O'Keefe calls for the snap. Run a little option play this time, and O'Keefe is brought down for no gain on the play. Maybe even lost a yard that time. I think the back was supposed to get in there and be a lead blocker, and instead they were kind of holding hands as they got to the line, and they're going to actually lose a yard or a yard and a half on that play. It'll bring up 3rd down and a little more than 10 to go. So 3rd and long again for the Valentine Badgers. They opened up their season a week ago with a victory over Ainsworth. But the Mustangs doing a good job of bottling up this offense so far here this evening. They'll work from the shotgun again, 2 wides, 1 to each side, 1 back in the backfield. O'Keefe takes the snap, looks right side, goes down the field, and thrown well out of bounds that time. And it'll be a punt situation again, as it'll be 4th and 10 for Valentine, as the Mustangs have really done an outstanding job on defense tonight against this Valentine offense.
Number 21.
Good to see Shane Child back in the game here as one of the deep backs to receive this punt, along with that's Talon Pieper, number 30, back there as well. The punt is away, and another good punt. This is Shane Child again. Fields this one at midfield, has to try and find himself some running room, trying to get back to the 50. Now he's got the sideline, 40, 35, 30, cuts it back, 35 or 25, spin move, and down just outside the 20-yard line. Shane Child ran about 70 yards on that punt return, trying to get to the corner. Finally got to the edge, and a nice return that time of about 28, 29 yards. And it sets up the Mustangs 1st and 10 at the Valentine, call it about the 23. So 10 minutes on the dot left to go here. Mustangs take over with the short field again from the 23. Holbert under center. Shane Child back in there at the right wing. They'll give it to Pieper. Can't get around that first tackler. Brought down for a loss on the play. So when Valentine is able to get penetration on that defensive line, it makes life very difficult for these Mustangs. So it'll be 2nd down and 13 after the 3-yard loss on the play. That 5-man front by Valentine, trying to be disruptive and slow down this Mustang offense. Toss play this time to Shane Child around left side. Tries to find a block and can't find one. Brought down for no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 13. So now Valentine finding some defense here. So the Mustangs have had some great opportunities here in the first half. Only 1 drive started in their own territory, and that was at their own 45. Great field position, but only 6 points to show for it. They face a 3rd down and about 14 here after they give a 1-yard loss on that last play. So 3rd and very long. Pieper in motion. Holbert looks, sets up a screen to Pieper. Pieper down the left side. He's got 5, he's got 10, he's got the 1st down, and inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal Mustangs. Well-designed play that time. And now we've got a flag down on the play.
Penalty flag on the play.
See what this is. That's not in a good spot for the Mustangs, I'm afraid.
Number 72.
Haven't seen a preliminary signal here. And now we'll get the call. And it is a holding penalty against the Mustangs, and that'll nullify an outstanding 1st down play on the nifty little screen pass down the left side by Talon Pieper. At the holding penalty, not going to affect them a whole lot. They'll actually pick up a couple of yards on the play, as the holding penalty occurred all the way down at about the 12-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down, and call it about 13 this time, as they gain a yard on that exchange. 8:24 to go. 3rd down and 13. Holbert rolls out to his right, looks downfield. He throws it to the end zone. Jared Nelson just over his fingertips and incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down now and about 13 yards to go. Holbert may have had room to run with that one had he decided to pull it down and run with it. But he had Nelson open in the end zone, but just overthrew him. And a tough throw on the run. And so it'll bring up 4th down for the Mustangs. Going for it again.
We have a timeout by the Mustangs.
And now we've got a timeout on the field as the Mustangs will talk this one over. 8:13 to go in the second quarter. Mustangs lead this one 6-0. Hin's Home Furnishings invites you to come and see their completely remodeled store. New items are arriving daily. They have a full line of appliances, sofas, recliners, mattresses, and much more. And if you don't see what you're looking for, they can get it for you. They also offer free local delivery. And remember, every dollar you spend locally keeps money in our community. Come see the professional staff at Gordon Vision Center for all of your vision needs. Whether you just need a routine checkup or you're not seeing as well as you used to, they can get you back to 20/20 in no time at the Gordon Vision Center. And this game is brought to you by Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance. Bob specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Stop in and see him at 127 North Main Street in Gordon, or you can give him a call at 282-2080. And Bob Alcorn proudly sponsors the Gordon-Rushville Football Player of the Week. The Mustangs back on the field.
4th and 14 for the Mustangs.
4th down and 13 to go for the Mustangs. Ball at the 25-yard line. Morgan Holbert under center, drops back, looks right side, goes down the side. He's got Shane Child there. Complete. He hauls it in inside the 5 and out of bounds. Shane Child drags that one in, and he's down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Mustangs. So a well-used timeout that time by the Mustangs as they drew up the play and got Shane Child free down the right side. Nice pass, turned and pulled it in and out of bounds. At the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Mustangs knocking on the door. 8:02 to go, second quarter. Mustangs with the 6-0 lead. Child in motion to the left side. Toss play. Shane Child cuts it up inside and stretches forward. Going to be, I think, just short of the goal line. No indication here. And they're going to call him down. He is short, but not by much. Nose of the football almost on the goal line here. It'll be 2nd and goal. A lot of beef up front of that 5-man front of the Valentine defensive line. Let's see what the Mustangs can do here. Ethan Yanni in the fullback spot. Pieper and Child on the wings. Pieper comes in motion this time. Toss play to Pieper. He's got the edge. In there. Touchdown! Touchdown, Talon Pieper. Mustangs lead this one 12-0 with 7:03 to go in the second quarter. So the Mustangs will go for 2.
That makes the score 12-0 Mustangs.
After they failed on their their two-point attempt was they incurred a penalty, and so they went for the PAT last time, which was no good. So they'll go for 2 here. Holbert under center. Boots out to the right. Passes it. Complete. Jared Nelson, 2-point conversion is good. It's 14-0 Mustangs.
With 7:03 left in the second quarter, we have Gordon-Rushville 14, Valentine.
So 7:03 to go, second quarter, 14-0. Mustangs with the lead.
These are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. Great tractors, awesome combines, incredible hay tools, and even an award-winning self-propelled sprayer. Innovative products, and a renewed commitment to people who really appreciate field smarts. Sounds like someone like you, doesn't it?
Now for the Mustangs will be number 6, Morgan Holbert. Back deep for the Badgers will be number 22, Wyatt Hitchcock, and number 25, Dylan Lurs.
So we are back to football action, and just been informed that it's actually Logan O'Keefe quarterbacking for the Badgers and not Jake O'Keefe. That's my fault. Jake O'Keefe, I see now, is listed as injured. And so here's a low line drive kick, picked up at the 20-yard line, across the 25, across the 30, got a seam. Look out, makes a man miss, and across midfield, a sparkling kickoff return that time by the Badgers. That is Wyatt Hitchcock on the return, and he sets the Badgers up in plus position here, plus field position, as they'll take over on the Mustang 48-yard line.
Brings the ball back out to the 48-yard line of the Mustangs.
So 6:55 to go in the second quarter. Mustang defense standing tall so far here in the first half. And we'll see what they've got going on here. 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 2 corners, and 1 deep safety for the Mustangs. O'Keefe goes under center, 2 tight ends, 2 wides to each, or 1 wide out to each side. The give is to the I-back, and he's stacked up after a gain of about 3. Second down and 7 for Valentine.
Number 1, Hudson Pearman. He picks up about, looks like about 4 yards on the play.
So they'll mark it at the 45-yard line, gain of 3 on the play. So it'll be second down and 7.
For the Mustangs, it'd be Logan Belsky. That'll make it 2nd and 7 Badgers.
Gorgeous evening here in Gordon. A little bit warm at the start of this one, but starting to cool off now, and we've got just a little bit of a light breeze picking up. O'Keefe under center, out of the eye, gives it to the I-backer, and that's Perriman, and he's going to be brought down for a loss on the play. Nice job that time by Corby Campbell.
Number 2,
and see who else was in on that tackle. That's Logan Belsky, also in on that tackle. And they're actually going to give him credit back to the line of scrimmage. I wasn't sure that he got all the way back there. Either way, it's third down and 7 as we're now under 6 minutes to go in the first half. So 3rd and 7. Valentine's had a hard time converting on 3rd down here this evening, and another long one this time. Hitchcock wide to the right, O'Keefe under center as they work out of the eye. The turn, fakes the give, looks right side, and that one is incomplete. Incomplete as he tried to get it to Braxton Coleman, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 7.
That'll bring up 4th and 6 for the Badgers.
So Valentine looks like they're bringing in the punt team here with 5:24 to go in the second quarter. The one thing the Badgers did do on that possession with the good kickoff returns, they flipped the field position here.
Number 22.
And Shane Child now the single safety back to receive this punt. Hitchcock set to kick this one away. And another outstanding punt as Shane Child is going to let that one bounce, and it's going to be trouble for the Mustangs. It's going to roll dead at about the 2-yard line. Well, that Hitchcock has done an outstanding job of punting tonight. And he gets that one to check up and stop at about the, they're going to mark it at the 4, where the Mustangs take over with 5:13 to go. So 5:13 to go, second quarter. Mustangs lead this one 14-0, but they're starting this drive in their worst field position of the game at their own 4-yard line. Corby Campbell in there at the left wing position now. Child in motion. The give is to Yanni. Tries to find some room around that left end, and not much there. Brought down after a very short gain. It'll bring up second down and long. Going to say that he lost about a half a yard on that play.
He's brought down by number 44.
So under 5 minutes to go in the first half.
And number 77, Chad McPeak. We'll say a loss of a yard.
Temperature was
and 11.
About 93 at kickoff. It's starting to cool down a little bit now. And we've got some clouds on the horizon starting to dim that sun just a little bit, making it easier to see. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Holbert under center. Turns, hands it off to Campbell, cuts it up inside. He's got room to run. He's out beyond the 10-yard line. Still going to be short of the first down, but gives the Mustangs some breathing room that time. But it'll be third down and about 3. Maybe closer to 4 yards to go. Call it third down and 4 with 4:02 to go in the second quarter.
The ball on the 9-yard line.
Morgan Holbert under center. Turns, gives to Campbell coming around the right side. He's across the 15 and steps out of bounds, but not until he's got a first down. Nice job by Corby Campbell to pick up the first down and a fresh set of downs for the Mustangs here with 3:41 to go in the second quarter. Mustangs move the chains. So they've looked good offensively tonight. They've stalled out on a couple of drives inside the 10-yard line where they've turned it over on downs, but they lead it 14-0 with 3.5 minutes to go here before the half. Child in motion. The give is to Yanni. Oh, no, excuse me. That is Pieper off left side. Short gain on the play. Maybe lost a couple that time.
Right away by number 40 for the Badgers. That's Braxton Coleman. No gain on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 10 with the ball on the 17-yard line.
So it'll be second down and about 11, as they're going to say he lost about a half a yard on that play. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. So second down and long here for the Mustangs. Mustangs trying to work that clock down. Child in motion. The give is to Pieper, working out of that fullback spot, and he's wrestled down immediately after a short loss on that play. So Valentine really keying on Pieper, working out of that fullback spot. Clock rolls under 2:30. Third down and about 11 as they lost another half a yard that time. Jared Nelson brings the play in from the sideline. He'll replace Rhett Conroy, who comes out. So Holbert comes up under center. Mustangs, as always, out of that double wing. Toss play right side. Corby Campbell cuts it up inside, and he's going to be slowed down after a very short gain that time. Gained positive yardage on that one, but still going to bring up third down and very long, or fourth down and very long. And we got a timeout now called by the Valentine Badgers with 1:48 to go as they want to conserve some of this clock and see if they can't get a score before the half. 1:48 to go in the second quarter. Mustangs lead it 14-0. Grocery Mart is your full-service grocery store with that personal hometown atmosphere. Stop in and see the good folks at Grocery Mart in Gordon. And accountant Carol Child is your one-stop source for all your accounting and tax needs and a whole lot more. Give her a call at 282-0842, or you can stop by her office at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. And it pays to have an accountant on your side. So the Mustangs will have to punt this one away after the Valentine timeout. 1:48 to go in the second quarter. Morgan Holbert back there to kick this one away for the Mustangs. Looks like we've got Hitchcock and try to see who else we've got.
Number 25, Dylan Lurs.
Dylan Lurs back there as well are the two deep safeties for the Badgers. Holbert gets the high wobbly kick away. That's going to come down and roll out of bounds at about the 40. Oh, it's going to be scooped up. Scooped up by Hitchcock at the Mustang 45. They're going to say he's out of bounds at about the 43, and that's where Valentine will take over. So 1:40 to go here before the end of the half. Valentine trying to get on the scoreboard.
We have the ball on the 44-yard
Mustangs lead it 14-0.
First and 10 Badgers.
See if they can come up with one more defensive stop. 2 wide outs, 2 tight ends, 1 back in the backfield. That's Perriman. And now we got a new quarterback into the game as Perriman's down to the 40. That's Jordan Kelber in there at the quarterback spot now for the Badgers. Clock rolls inside 1:30. Bring up 2nd down and 7 from the 40-yard line of the Mustangs. Valentine taking their time here. Precious seconds ticking off that clock after they called timeout to preserve some time. They're wasting an awful lot here as they get the play called, break the huddle, and finally under center with 1:09 to go. Kelber under center. Turns, loses the handle on it, and he's going to have to fall on it. They'll lose about 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 after the fumbled snap. And under a minute now to go, and a timeout called on the field. Timeout called by Valentine with 54 seconds left to go. We'll take this opportunity to remind you of our upcoming broadcast schedule. We will be bringing you all of the Mustangs football games this season, home and away. So we'll be in action next Friday night, September 11th. Mustangs travel to the Bridgeport Bulldogs. The next week is homecoming, September 18th, when the Mustangs will host the Bennett County Warriors. You can see the rest of the schedule there on your own, alternating home and away games. Road trips to Mitchell and Sheridan. And Sheridan is always a good one. So make sure you tune in, and while we've got just a couple of seconds, we'll remind you of the Mustang volleyball schedule. We won't be bringing you all of these games, but September 10th, that's next Thursday, we'll be on the road in Bayard to bring you that game between the Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. So 3rd down and 10, 1:01 on the clock here. Ball at the Mustang 44-yard line. Out of the shotgun, this is Kelber, and he's going to be sacked. Rhett Conroy came off the left end, right in Kelber's grill, and brought him down for the loss on the play all the way back to the 46-yard line of Valentine. And now we've got a timeout called by the Mustangs with 47.6 seconds left to go in the first half. They would like to get their hands on the football with some time to work here now. So it'll be a punting situation on 4th down and about 17 yards to go for the Valentine Badgers. They've got the ball at their own 46-yard line. And the Mustangs trying to do something with it here with 47 seconds left to go in the half. Say thanks to the sponsors of today's game. And I know we say it a lot, but it is these sponsors that do make it possible for us to take in all of these long road trips that we'll be making this season to bring you Mustang football. And we've had grandparents and aunts and uncles that have sent thank you notes to some of these sponsors. And let me tell you, it makes a really big impression when somebody gets a handwritten thank you note. It's something that's pretty rare these days. But if you enjoy these broadcasts, please let our sponsors know that you appreciate their sponsorship of these events. So back to football action here. Hitchcock back to punt as we've got Pieper and I think that's Child back there to receive this punt. Another good punt by Hitchcock. And now a fair catch called, and now the Mustangs will just get away from it. And that one's going to roll dead at about the 9-yard line, 10-yard line of the Mustangs. Shane Child made kind of a half-hearted gesture there for the fair catch and then decided to just get completely away from the thing, and it rolls dead at the 10. 37.2 seconds left to go in the first half. Mustangs 90 yards away.
We have 37.2 seconds left in the second quarter.
The Mustangs with a 2-touchdown lead. They'd like to add to that before the half, but they're 90 yards away, and the big play is not really what they rely on in this offense. And now Morgan Holbert just takes a knee, and they'll run the clock out and head to the locker room with a 14-0 advantage. Clock runs inside 30 seconds. And so an outstanding first half defensively for these Gordon-Rushville Mustangs as they have completely shut down the Valentine Badger offense. They did some good things offensively. They put 14 points on the board. They got one takeaway, and so a lot to build on as they head to the second half. Holbert will have to take one more knee, under 5 seconds to go, and that'll be the end of the first half. Mustangs lead this one 14-0. Stay tuned. We'll have halftime festivities for you. But right now, head to the refrigerator, grab yourself a cold drink and a snack, and we'll be back to more football action here in about 18 minutes here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Football 2015.
It's going to snow this winter, and you need a reliable four-wheel drive outfit. Be prepared with this 2015 F-150 Super Crew from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. It's loaded with features and comes with stowable loading ramps to make loading your ATV or snowmobile a breeze. You can find this and other vehicles to fill your needs at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
Putting burgers on the grill and cheese on burgers doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of smart farmers making smart decisions all along the way. We're committed, along with our dealers, to delivering the hay tools and all the other equipment you need to get the job done right. New Holland.
Gordon. .708 left to go in the halftime break, actually more like 10 minutes, as once that clock winds down, they'll add 3 more minutes on once the team gets back onto the field. So about 10 minutes left to go in the time break. Let's take this opportunity to recap the first half action. Valentine took the opening kickoff. Holmes took it away on an interception. Set the Mustangs up at the Valentine 30-yard line with 10 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Ethan Yanni crashed across the goal line with 8:06 left to go in the first quarter. And the two-point try and the PAT, actually two-point try with the penalty, forced the Mustangs to try a PAT. That was no good, and the score stood at 6-0. Valentine punted. Mustangs turned it over on downs at the Valentine 4. Valentine couldn't do anything with it. Gave it back to the Mustangs. Mustangs had it at the Valentine 15 and turned it over on downs. At the 10, Valentine took over, and they were forced to punt. The Mustangs then took over at the Valentine 23-yard line with 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And Talon Pieper went in from 1 yard out, and the two-point conversion was good on a pass from Morgan Holbert to Jared Nelson, making it 14-0 with just under 7 minutes left to go in the half. Valentine was forced to punt again. Mustangs punted as well. Valentine punted one more time before the Mustangs ran out the clock. And so Valentine unable to really do anything at all on offense. We could add up the yardage there, but it wouldn't amount to 50 yards of offense. It's been an outstanding defensive effort by the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. The Mustangs, for their part on offense, have had the ball in excellent field position for most of the first half. They turned it over on downs twice inside the 10-yard line, once at the 4 and once at the 10. They did come away with 2 touchdowns, and they lead it 14-0. So a good first half by Gordon-Rushville, as they'd like to send the Valentine Badgers home with their first loss of the season. These two teams got together last year in Valentine. It was a close one, with Valentine squeaking out the 32-30 win, and that, of course, played in Valentine. So about 7.5 minutes left in the halftime break. We'll step aside, let you enjoy the Gordon-Rushville Mustang Band. We'll be back with second half action in just a little bit here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang football 2015. So say thanks to sponsors of today's football action. Come see the professional staff at Gordon Vision Center for all of your vision needs. Whether you just need a routine checkup or you're not seeing as well as you used to, they can get you back to 20/20 in no time at the Gordon Vision Center. Keep your car, trade in your loan. Refinancing with Alcorn of State Farm Bank could save you hundreds. Or high car payments get you down, give us an option. Bob at 127 North Main Street, Gordon. It is your one-stop resource for all of your accounting. Local CarQuest Fall bulk oil sale. You can call them at 282 is always on. argue with our equipment a fair amount. All know. Glad to have you along with us and bear with us as we the best picture and the best signal that we can inside a minute. So we're underway. They've got the lights on here in Gordon, and it's a gorgeous for the finish of this game here. You can get an update on our temperature here. Still saying 89. It's significantly cooler than that. As we're ready to get this one underway. High spinning kick. That's going to come down at the 29, and that one's muffed by the Mustangs and fallen on quickly. An alert play that time. We got to see who that is.
Number 10, Carson Hinn.
That's Carson Hinn with the quick thinking. He pounces on that loose football and salvages some valuable field position for the Mustangs. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ball on the 21-yard line of the Mustangs will be 1st and 10.
So the Mustangs played with great field position in that first half, starting at their own 21 to start the third quarter here. Morgan Holbert under center. Talon Pieper comes in motion. Toss play to Pieper coming around the right side. He's got some blockers. Now protection breaks down, and he's going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 6, Morgan Holbert pitches
Valentine strung that one out well.
He goes around the right side for a small, short gain. He's knocked down in there by number 3 for the Badgers.
They're going to say no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
We'll give him a yard. Well, maybe not quite a yard on the play. It'll make it, we'll give him a yard. Call it 2nd and 9.
So 2nd down and long, and now they're going to say he gained a half a yard on that play. So the Mustangs back to work here early in the third quarter. Valentine crowding that line of scrimmage. Child comes in motion. Toss play left side to Shane Child. Now he breaks it outside. He's got the 20, 25, cuts it up inside across the 30 and out of bounds. He's going to be very close to 1st down yardage. Going to depend on the spot. I think he's going to be just about a half a yard short. And it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and less than 1.
Noah Erklin and number 22, Wyatt Hitchcock. We got 3rd and look like about, well, we'll call it a yard.
And a big thanks to Hayden Hoos, our camera operator here this evening. So it is 3rd down and 1. Pieper in motion, toss play right. Got some steam moving forward, and I think he's got down, but not by much. Maybe by a half a yard is all. Take a look at it, and they'll move the chains. Well, they got just enough that time for a fresh set of downs. And it's been all toss plays so far here in the third quarter for the Mustangs. So 1st and 10 Mustangs, ball at their own. All kinds of problems here. Flags come. Makes it 1st and 5 for the Mustangs. Down. Third quarter, and it's 20. Mustangs will go for 2 with the 20-0 lead.
0.
Leader in hay tools. This is efficiency and productivity all year round because gold.
Comes down to Valentine, and that's Valentine over at their own 31
on the 32-yard line
with 10 minutes and 1 second left to go here in the third. 15-yard line. This is Jordan Kelber in there at quarterback. Replaced O'Keefe late in the quarter. Back in there to start. Now Kelber comes out. 9:35 to go. They've now got it second down and according to the scoreboard. Bunch formation of receivers. One back in the backfield. Looks off the right side. Now he's under at their own 15. So out of the shotgun now, Kelber hands it off to Hitchcock, and he's upended right there. One man to beat, and he couldn't quite get around him. Gain of about a yard on the play, but he had some room to run if he could have broke that tackle. As it is, it'll bring up third down and about 5. Sean Combs on the stop that time. Got just enough of him to bring him down. 5:15 to go, third quarter. Mustangs trying to get another third down stop here. Kelber comes up under center this time. 2 tight ends, 1 wide out to each side, 1 back in the backfield. Kelber turns, hands it off to Hitchcock, and he is stacked up and going to be brought down. Now he breaks free, breaks a tackle, and going to be very close with forward progress. We'll see where they mark this one, as the Mustangs had him stopped and Hitchcock refusing to quit. And it is a first down, Valentine. Good, tough run that time by Hitchcock as he refused to be stopped. There were 3 or 4 Mustangs that had a hold of him, but he broke free and got the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 Badgers at the 46-yard line.
On the 46-yard line of the Badgers were 1st and 10.
4:05 to go, third quarter. Badgers with their first down of the second half. Kelber gives it to the fullback. He's got room to run. Breaks a tackle, breaks another, and a third. Off to the races, and that was Morgan Holbert who paid the price, came over to finally bring him down. A good, tough run that time by Braxton Coleman. And now we've got a Mustang down at midfield, and I think that's Logan Belsky. And maybe we'll hope is just a cramp. And I think it's just a cramp. Looks like that's what they're doing, and that is Logan Belsky. And so just a cramp, and he'll be back to action in no time, I'm sure. 3:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Valentine Badgers on the move. 2 good first down plays in a row there. They've got it set up 1st and 10 from the Mustang 30-yard line. Keep your car, trade in your loan. Refinancing with Bob Alcorn of State Farm Bank could save you hundreds. Before high car payments get you down, give us an opportunity to help bring them down. With great rates and no closing costs or hidden. Get to a see Bob at 127 North Main Street in Gordon. Belsky up and moving off under his own power. Good to see that. And ready to get back to football action here in the third quarter. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the third period. Mustangs lead this one 20-0. So 1st and 10 Valentine, after the good run by Coleman, has them set up at the 30-yard line of Gordon-Rushville. This is the deepest penetration of the night by the Valentine Badgers. And they set up in the eye. Kelber gives it to Hitchcock up inside and brought down after a gain of about 3 that time.
Jordan Kelber hands the ball off number 22 Hitchcock. He's brought down in there by
so they spot it at the Mustang 27-yard line.
We're going to give him about 4 yards.
The second down and 8. 2nd and 8 with 3:10 to go here in the third quarter. Two wide to the right side. They'll work out of the shotgun with the two backs. Kelber's gone the whole way at quarterback for Valentine. The give is to Hitchcock. Cuts it up inside and breaks a tackle. Spin move outside. Stood up that time by Jared Nelson. Breaks Nelson's tackle. And Hitchcock running like he's possessed as it takes several Mustangs to bring him down. Spinning, breaking tackles all the way across the field. Finally brought down after about a 2-yard gain. A lot of work for 2 yards, but he's down to the 25-yard line of the Mustangs. It'll be 3rd down and 5. So good, tough running by Hitchcock here the last couple of minutes here of the third quarter. So that bunch set to the right side, tight to the right side, 3 wide receivers there, 1 back in the backfield. I believe that's Pearman. Toss play right side to Pearman, cuts back, makes Rhett Conroy miss, and then going to be cut down, but just short of 1st down yardage. It'll be 4th down and less than a yard.
He runs up to the middle and gets a few yards. He's brought down in there by number 30.
4th down and 1 now for Valentine.
Corby Campbell. We got, looks like it'll be 4th and 1 Badgers.
So 4th and 1, Mustangs looking for a stop here. Valentine, this is their first sustained offensive drive of the night. And they'd certainly love to come away with points here late in the third quarter, under 1:15 to go in the third. Kelber with I-backs behind him, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kelber turns, gives it to the fullback. He's got the 1st down, and he is down finally at about the 16 or 17-yard line of the Mustangs. 1st and 10 Valentine. And that's Coleman. Somebody had a hold of him by the ankle and wouldn't let go, and it's a good thing because he had some room to run if he was able to break free. But it's 1st and 10 Valentine with a minute left to go in the third quarter. Ball at the Mustang 18-yard line.
1st and 10 Badgers with the ball on the 18-yard line.
And Hitchcock back in there. He's the single setback, and that trips formation tight to the right side of the formation. Kelber gives it to one of those backs coming around inside, stacked up by the middle of the Mustang line. No gain on the play there. Well played that time. I think that's Ethan Yanni coming out of the bottom of the pile. One of those.
Made a good hit on that play.
One of the Mustang defenders. 2nd down and 10 now for Valentine. Under 20 seconds to go. Kelber getting his exercise, running over to the sideline to get the play each time. Under 10 seconds. 6-5. We'll see if they get this play off. Out of the shotgun. 2 wides to the left side. High snap. That one is tipped to Hitchcock. And not sure if that was a design play or not. He just got enough of that to tip it down. Hitchcock picks that thing up and runs ahead. I think it had to have been a broken play. but it's a gain of about 7 on the play, and that'll end the third quarter. At the end of 3, it's Gordon-Rushville 20, Valentine 0. Say thanks to the sponsors of tonight's football action: the First National Bank of Gordon, Husker Auto Parts, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Bank of the West, Hins Home Furnishings, the Gordon Vision Center, Bob Alcorn State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart, Carroll Child Accountant, Gordon Superfoods, Sides and Milburn Ford, and Modern Farm Equipment, along with the Sheridan County Journal-Star. And remember, folks, these videos of these games stay up on our website into perpetuity. You can go back and watch them as many times as you like. If you missed a part of it for some reason or another, the entire game will be up on the website and ready for you to watch whenever you like. And they will be re-airing as well on Great Plains Communications Local Access Channel number 2. And as they say in the TV business, check your local listings. Ready to get the fourth quarter underway. Mustangs with a 3-touchdown lead, 20-0. As Kelber takes the handoff, or gives the handoff to Hitchcock, and he's upended finally. Mustangs get him brought down. The first guy who got to him brought him down, and that has been a rarity, as Corby Campbell was able to hit him high and tip him over that time. Hitchcock has running extremely well. About started somewhere midway through the third quarter. Somebody really lit a fire under that young man, and running very hard here with 11 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Brings up 4th down and about 2 yards to go for Valentine. So 4th and 2, 3 wides to the right side. 1 back in the backfield with Kelber. Calls for the shotgun snap, rolls to his right. Heavy pressure, and slips away somehow. Throws that ball to the end zone and caught for a touchdown. What a play. I think that was Rhett Conroy that had him in his grasp and couldn't quite bring him down. Kelber with the presence of mind to look to the end zone and finds the receiver for the touchdown. 11:07 left to go in the fourth quarter, and the Valentine Badgers are on the board. So on a 4th and 3, they're able to convert. And so it'll be a PAT attempt here for the Badgers. Score is 20-6. Oh, and we got one of the Mustangs.
Give him a big hand.
And I think that is Morgan Holbert. It is Morgan Holbert. He'll trot off the field under his own power. And Carson Hinn now comes in to replace him on the special teams. 20-6 Mustangs. Valentine in to attempt the PAT. The snap, the placement, and the kick is good. It's 20-7.
With 11:07 left in the fourth quarter, we have Gordon-Rushville 20, Valentine 7.
So Valentine on the board early in the fourth quarter makes it 20-7. And this game is brought to you by Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance. Bob specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Stop in and see him at 127 North Main Street in Gordon, or you can give him a call at 282-2080. And Bob Alcorn proudly sponsors the Gordon-Rushville Football Player of the Week. Grocery Mart is your full-service grocery store with that personal hometown atmosphere. That's Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon. And Accountant Carol Child is your one-stop resource for all of your accounting and tax needs and a whole lot more. Give her a call at 282-0842 or stop by her office at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. It pays to have an accountant on your side. 11:07 left to go, fourth quarter. We've got us a ball game. It's 20-7. High spinning kickoff comes down far side to Shane Child. Tries to get to the corner and gives up some ground at the 20, across the 25, and out of bounds he goes. And now Shane looks like maybe he's cramping up after he hits the sideline there. And so both these early games, warm temperatures, and Mustangs battling cramps here. And they'll start at their own 26-yard line with 11 minutes left to go in the game. And now Logan Belsky comes into the game. He takes the place of Morgan Holbert after Morgan had to come out after that PAT attempt, or after the touchdown, actually. So Logan Belsky under center. Hands it off to Pieper. Tries to cut it up inside. Bounces off one tackler and falls forward. And a little to no gain on that play. It may have actually lost a yard on that one. So Valentine has done a good job, and now Pieper is down again as he's holding the left leg out there after he was tackled. 10:44 to go, and looks like another cramp. So the Mustangs having a hard time staying hydrated here in these first couple of games this season. So while they work on him, we'll step aside. 10:44 left to go in the fourth quarter. Mustangs lead it 20-7.
It's going to snow this winter, and you need a reliable four-wheel drive outfit. Be prepared with this 2015 F-150 Super Crew from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. It's loaded with features and comes with stowable loading ramps to make loading your ATV or snowmobile a breeze. You can find this and other vehicles to fill your needs at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
Gordon Superfoods is proud to sponsor Gordon-Rushville Mustang football. Superfoods is a full-service grocery store that carries anything you might need. Check out the full-service meat department or satisfy your sweet tooth at the Sandhills Bakery. They have tons of great deals weekly, and if you don't have a rewards card, be sure to get one today. Good luck, Mustangs, from Gordon Superfoods.
So Morgan Holbert back in under center for the Mustangs after setting out for that first play. 2nd down and 10, Gordon-Rushville. And they'll give this one off, and it's going to be a big loss in the backfield this time. It's Corby Campbell getting tripped up. And the Mustangs have tried to run an awful lot of toss plays here coming out of the half. And Valentine has done an excellent job here. They've started to figure out this Mustang offense, and now the Mustangs going in reverse for the first time tonight. It's going to be 3rd down and long. 3rd down and about 17 yards to go maybe here. It's a whole bundle. 9:50 to go. 3rd and long for the Mustangs. Holbert under center. Boots out to the right, throws that one, had to get rid of it in a hurry and had to throw it before Shane Child was really ready for it. He had 2 defenders right in his grill and had to get rid of it. And it'll bring up 4th down. Clock stops with 9:32 to go. 4th down and about 18 for the Mustangs, and they'll have to kick this one away.
Deep for the Badgers will be number 22, Wyatt Hitchcock, and number 25, Dylan Lurs.
So Hitchcock and Lurs back deep, standing at about midfield to receive this Morgan Holbert punt. 9:30 to go in the fourth quarter. High snap, but he gets it away, and a beautiful punt. High spiraling kick comes down at midfield, and that's fumbled, and now picked up by Hitchcock, and going to be brought down after a very short gain. And another Mustang down on the field with cramps again, right at midfield. Valentine takes over 1st and 10 from the
44 for the Mustangs.
right at midfield. We'll call it the Mustang 49.
Sean Combs.
9 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. And that is Jared Nelson with the cramp. He gets up and he's gingerly making his way off of the field. So Jared Nelson makes his way to the sideline. And Valentine takes over. Kelber now under center, 2 tight ends. Gives the ball to Hitchcock, breaks it out left side. He's got some room to run. Inside the 40, cuts it outside 35. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and down to the 30-yard line. And I don't know where this young man was for the first 3 quarters of the game, but he is a whole different player from about the middle of the third period on. He is almost impossible to bring down with one person. Hitchcock running hard, and that's a Valentine first down. And Valentine now mounting a serious threat here as they're at the Mustang 31-yard line with 9:05 to go. The Mustang defense needs to rise up here. They've bottled up the Valentine offense in really good order in that first half, but having some difficulty here as Valentine seems to be finding the combination here as we work our way through the fourth quarter. Kelber takes the shotgun snap, looks right side, a little screen pass out there. That's complete, room to run. And finally going to be brought down, but not until he gets to the 15-yard line. It'll be another Valentine Badger first down. Nice little screen pass that time. And that was Lyle Kate that time on the reception. Scoots up there. And they've got it spotted at the 14-yard line with 8 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. So Valentine scores here, and we've got ourselves a ball game. They trail it 20-7. But Valentine finding some offensive rhythm. 2 wides to the right side, 1 to the left. Hitchcock at the top of the eye. Kelber turns, gives it to the fullback up inside, and he's going to score untouched. Waltzes into the end zone, and that is a Valentine Badger touchdown. That is Braxton Coleman on the score. With 8:07 to go, things get a little bit tighter here. And they'll try another PAT, 20-13.
Number 83 will be doing the PAT after.
The kick is up, and it is just inside the left upright. And folks, we've got ourselves a ball game. It is 20-13. 20-14, excuse me, 20-14 with 8:07 left to go in the ball game. So next week we'll be on the road bringing you football action as the Mustangs travel to Bridgeport on September 11th. We'll be there to bring it all to you. And then September 18th, Bennett County comes a-calling for homecoming. We'll have all of that action for you as well. Road games left at Bridgeport, at Mitchell, and at the Sheridan Cardinals as the Mustangs work their way through this young 2015 football season. So the Mustangs ready to receive this kickoff, and they need to do something here. They've given up touchdowns on the last 2 Valentine possessions. Mustangs have had to punt at their last 2 possessions. So they need to find some offense here and grind some time off of that clock. So Valentine ready to kick this one away. 8:07 left to go, fourth quarter. High spinning kick comes down at the 14. This is Pieper around the right side, breaks a tackle, and finally going to be wrestled out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So the Mustangs take over on offense at their own 30-yard line with 7:59 left to go in the ball game. They're going to actually mark him down at the 28.
The ball's on the 28.
So first and 10 Mustangs from their own 28. Had a hard time finding their offensive rhythm here in the second half. Holbert boots out. Now he tosses it back, sets it up to Campbell. That's a screen pass. Campbell with room to run. 40, 45, 50, 45. Cuts it back again. Inside the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. Great play call that time by the Mustangs as they ran an outstanding screen pass to Corby Campbell that time, and Corby gets to the end of that run, and as we've seen so many times, assumes the position, throws that leg up into the air as he's cramped up again. A nice run with a couple of cutbacks that time, and sets the Mustangs up in great field position here at the 38-yard line of Valentine. 7:46 to go, fourth quarter. Mustangs lead this one 20-14. Started the season off in difficult fashion last night as they hosted the Sheridan Cardinals. Sheridan with last year's season record 29-4. They came in firing on all cylinders. They swept the Mustangs in the first match of the season in straight sets, but the Mustangs look to right the ship next Thursday night. We'll be there to bring the action to you as they travel to Bayard on September 10th. So tune in at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. We'll have that action for you. Check the website for the start time of that game. Don't have it right in front of me. And then we'll be on the road. Our next broadcast for volleyball after the Bayard game will be September 24th when the Mustangs travel to Crawford. We'll also be carrying the Gordon-Rushville Triangular and I believe the Bennett County game as well as we work our way into October. So volleyball and football action both right here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Campbell up and moving off the field under his own power. 7:46 to go. Outstanding run that time by Corby Campbell. So the Mustangs back in business. They've flipped the field position here, and they dearly love to put another score on the board. So they line it up from the 38 of Valentine. Morgan Holbert under center, takes the snap. The give is to Pieper coming around the right side. They've got that diagnosed well. He gets the corner and going to be out of bounds after a gain of about 2 yards is all. See where they spot this. Spotted about the 40 or the 35-yard line, so it'll be a gain of about 3. Bring up second down and 7.
Kyle Critchfield. We're going to give him 4 yards on that play. It'll make it 2nd and 6.
So 2nd down and 7 for the Mustangs. A ball at the 35-yard line of the Badgers. Holbert under center. Gives the ball to Shane Child, cuts it up the middle. Now breaks it outside, and he's going to gain about 3. As he's brought down, it'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
Short gain on the play. He's brought it down by number 40 again in there for the Badgers.
So maybe call it 3rd down and 4. 6 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the game. Mustangs lead at 20-14. Big 3rd down here.
We'll make it 5. 3rd and 5 Mustangs.
So Morgan Holbert has the play, brings it in from the sideline. Mustangs have to work quickly here. Holbert under center, takes the snap, boots to the right, throws the pass out there, and just over the outstretched fingertips of Shane Child, incomplete. So with 5:59 to go in the 4th quarter, Mustangs look like they're bringing on the punt team here with the ball on the 32-yard line. And it would be a dandy place for a fake punt if you've got one in the playbook here. 4th down and 4, and now we've got a timeout called by the Mustangs. They want to talk this one over. 4th down and 4 with 5:59 left to go in the 4th quarter.
are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. Great tractors, awesome combines, incredible hay tools, and even an award-winning self-propelled sprayer. Innovative products, and a renewed commitment to people who really appreciate field smarts. Sounds like someone like you, doesn't it?
So the Mustangs, who had this game well in hand through the second quarter and much of the third, have now found themselves clinging to a 6-point lead, but they've got it 4th down and about, call it a long 4 yards to go, closer to 5 probably. They're set up in punt formation. Valentine not buying it, though. They don't have anybody back deep for this. Holbert will kick it away. Kicks that one down there, and it's going to roll down inside the 10, inside the 5. Nicely done, Morgan Holbert. Valentine will have it, but they'll have it 95 yards away. 5:49 to go in the 4th quarter. So the Mustang defense had their way the entire first half, but the Valentine Badgers have scored on their last 2 offensive possessions. Let's see if Gordon-Rushville can slow them up a little bit here. Valentine with a lot of field to negotiate. And Kelber brings them to the line. Out of the eye, Hitchcock dots the eye. 1 wide receiver to each side. The turn, the give to Hitchcock, and he's going to be stacked up and finally brought down after no gain.
Number 2, Jordan Kelber.
The Mustangs finally get him wrestled to the ground.
Hitchcock. And he stopped for little or no gain on the play. Brought down in there by number 24.
Jordan Kelber, the sophomore, has come in relief of O'Keefe.
That'll make it, we'll call it 2nd and 10.
Came in midway through the second quarter, and he's gone the whole second half here at quarterback for the Badgers. 5:14 to go, 2nd down, and call it 9. They'll give him about a yard on that carry. So 2nd down and 9, out of the shotgun now. Kelber calls for the snap. Looks, he's under heavy pressure. Corby Campbell's got him. No, he got rid of the football, and now we're going to have a penalty in the end zone. Not sure what that was. Corby Campbell right in Kelber's face, and after he brought him down, a flag flew in the end zone. Personal foul on Valentine. Kelber took umbrage to being tackled on that and must have said something. I didn't see exactly what happened, but it's a personal foul penalty on the Badgers. So the play will stand. It's a dead ball. It happened after the play was blown dead, I believe, and so it should be 3rd down, and they'll mark this one half the distance to the goal. Dead ball, personal foul.
Personal foul on the Badgers.
The play should stand. So it should be, we'll see what they do over here with the yardage marker. It is 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd down and about 12 to go. Ball back at the 3-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go, clock runs. So 1 back, deep in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Hitchcock split wide to the left side. Drops back to pass, looks left, throws it downfield, and nearly intercepted. A big collision out there, as I think that was Carson Hinn back there playing that deep safety. He had a bead on it, but he was run into, I think it was Jared Nelson who ran into him. He was in coverage on Hitchcock, and all 3 of them collided there. It falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 13 with the ball at the Valentine 3-yard line, and the Badgers are going to have to punt it away here with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. Ethan Yanni and Talon Pieper will drop back to field this punt. So Hitchcock has done an outstanding job tonight with the punt. This is a low line drive, spinning kick. That's taken by Yanni, I think is who that is. No, yeah, it is Yanni, and he just can't get any traction at all. He's going to gain about a yard after he had to dodge 3 or 4 Valentine Badgers. Finally brought down, but the Mustangs will have tremendous field position again as they've got it on the Valentine Badger 38-yard line.
For the Badgers, that'd be Jaden Owen.
So 4 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the game. And let's see the Gordon-Rushville Mustang ball control offense go to work here. The Mustangs lead it by 6, 4:19 to go. Holbert gives it to Yanni right straight up the middle, and that's good for a gain of about a yard is all. But it gets that clock running, and that's what the Mustangs want. Yanni finally gets up off of the pile, and he'll make his way back to the huddle. Under 4 minutes to go now in the game. Mustangs trying to run out the clock here. Morgan Holbert taking his time, bringing the play in from the sideline. Valentine making a valiant effort here in the fourth quarter, as they've scored 2 touchdowns here in the second half to narrow that lead to 20-14. Mustangs now going to take a timeout. Let the clock run down to 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Timeout on the field. Gordon-Rushville, they lead it 20-14. And folks, make sure you say thanks to the sponsors of today's action. You don't necessarily need to buy something every time you walk into their place of business, but stop in and let them know that you appreciate their sponsorship of these broadcasts. Those fine sponsors tonight: the First National Bank of Gordon, Husker Auto Parts, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Bank of the West, Hins Home Furnishings, the Gordon Vision Center, Bob Alcorn State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart of Gordon, Carol Child Accountant, Gordon Superfoods, Sides and Milburn Ford of Rushville, and Modern Farm Equipment, and of course, Sheridan County Journal-Star. Remember that all these broadcasts are available for your viewing pleasure on our website anytime, anywhere. Tune in and click on a link and enjoy watching the Mustangs in action. 3:24 to go. Mustangs have it 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 38-yard line of the Badgers. Hometown crowd exhorting the Mustangs to victory. Pieper in motion. Toss play. Right side. Talon Pieper cuts it up inside. Stacked up for a loss of about a half a yard on the play. So not much room to run that time for Talon Pieper as he came around the right side.
And number 40, Braxton Coleman.
And so it'll bring up 3rd down and a long 10, as they're going to say that he lost about a yard and a half on that play. So 3rd and a long 10 for the Mustangs. The clock rolls inside 3 minutes. Nelson wide to the left. Campbell comes in motion. They fake the toss. It's Pieper up inside with a good run. He's going to be short of the 1st down yardage. But they faked that toss play and handed off to Pieper coming up inside. And the run good for about 8 yards, it looks like. Maybe 7. And now we've got a timeout called by Valentine with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. It'll be 4th down and about 3, maybe 4 yards to go when we come out of the timeout. Valentine trying to preserve some clock here. Mustangs will have it 4th down when we come out of the timeout.
With the ball on the 31-yard line.
So be sure to join us next Thursday night. A volleyball team back in action September 10th, next Thursday. They travel to Bayard. We'll be there to bring it all to you. Check it out at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. And the following night, we'll head back down into the valley as the Mustang football team will take on Bridgeport. Mustangs dearly hoping to be 2-0 when they face off against Bridgeport. That's a week from tonight. So ready to get back to football action. 4th down and 4 to go for the Mustangs. 2:18 left to go in the 4th quarter.
For 6, Morgan Holbert back to punt.
They will line it up, and they're going to line up to punt now. And now we've got a flag comes down, and we got an illegal substitution penalty called on the Mustangs as somebody was on the field, came running off late, and that'll cost the Mustangs 5 yards. And that may not be the worst thing in the world here, as it gives Morgan Holbert a little more room to work as he punts this one away. His last one, they were able to pin the Badgers at the 5-yard line. And now the Badgers will drop a couple of guys back there to field this punt.
Number 6, Morgan Holbert will do the punting.
So Hitchcock and Lurs back there to field this punt. The kick nearly blocked, gets it away. It's going to land and roll inside the 10, in down to about the 6-yard line. And so Morgan Holbert doing a great work with the punting that time. Again, actually, he's dropped 2 of them inside the 10. Valentine takes over at their own 6-yard line with 2:08 left to go in the game. So Valentine 94 yards away here with 2:08 left to go and just 1 timeout. They've used 2 of them here so far in the 4th quarter. Well, they've moved the ball in the second half here from time to time. And we'll see what they've got in the toolbox here. 2 wide receivers to each side. 1 back in the backfield with Kelber. Man in motion now. Kelber takes the snap, fakes the jet sweep look, drops back to pass, and it's dropped by Hitchcock right at the goal line. Trying to use some misdirection that time and set up a little screen pass, but Kelber threw a bullet right at Hitchcock, and no way he could pull that one in. It falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 2:03 to go here in the 4th quarter. Mustang fans trying to exhort the defense to stand tall here. Kelber back in, checks the play. Hitchcock to the left of Kelber in the shotgun. And we got a penalty flag here. Whistle stop action. And we'll see what we've got here. We got delay a game on the Badgers. That'll cost them a couple of yards. Starting from the 6, they'll mark that back to the 3, half the distance to the goal. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Kelber brings the play in from the sideline. Now Hitchcock, the only back in the backfield, 2 wide outs to each side. Out of the gun. Kelber takes the snap, stands in his end zone. Heavy pressure and knocked down. That one is, they're going to say, an incomplete pass. Rhett Conroy came off of that left end and slammed right into Kelber, but they're going to say that it was an incomplete pass. Kelber lost the ball. It went out the back of the end zone. They'll call it an incomplete pass, and so it'll be 3rd down and 13. Mustangs dearly wanted that to be called a fumble. But as it is, it'll be 3rd down and 13. Rhett Conroy came unblocked off that left side, and Kelber paid the price that time. So the incomplete pass stops the clock at 1:57, but it's 3rd down and 13. Kelber will work out of the shotgun, and he may be hearing footsteps after that big hit by Rhett Conroy. Kelber calls for the snap, looks downfield, unleashes it, and it is incomplete. Incomplete, intended off the right side that time, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Valentine about going to have to go for it here. They've just got 1 timeout left. It's under 2 minutes to go, 1:52 on the clock. Kelber's got the play and brings it in. This could be the ball game here, folks. 1:52 to go, 4th down and 13. Valentine Badgers at their own 3-yard line. The work out of the gun. 2 wideouts to each side. Hitchcock in the backfield with Kelber. Kelber takes a snap. It's over his head and out of the back of the end zone. Safety. Gordon-Rushville Mustangs get the safety, 22-14. It was a high snap and right over Kelber's head. He's not a tall kid. I think he only goes about 5'7". And no way he could jump high enough for that one. So 22-14, and the Mustangs will get the football back. So Gordon-Rushville will get the ball back. They lead it now 22-14 with 1:48 left to go in this one. And Valentine with the free kick after the safety. So a little extra adrenaline by the center that time, and he hiked that one right over the head of Kelber and out of the back of the end zone. So make sure that you check your local listings. This game will re-air on Great Plains Communications local access channel number 2. Don't know exactly what the schedule is, but these games will be re-aired. Great partnership we have going with Great Plains Communications. So check your local listings 4 times on the replay of tonight's game on Great Plains Communications. So 1:48 to go, and Valentine will kick this one off from their own 20. Mustangs look to get good field position here as they've got one deep back. I believe that's Morgan Holbert back there. It is Morgan Holbert back to receive this free kick, and they'll punt this one away. Hitchcock puts his foot into it and fielded by Holbert, and he'll take a knee at the 44-yard line, and the Mustangs will now just try to run this clock out. 1:46 left to go in the 4th quarter. Mustangs with the 8-point lead. In my excitement, I don't believe I updated the scoreboard here. We need to do that. So 22-14, Mustangs by 8. Valentine with just 1 timeout left. The Mustangs can get a first down here and salt this one away. They give it off to on the left side and brought down after a 1-yard loss. And timeout called by Valentine. That's the last one of the half for the Valentine Badgers. So it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Mustangs with 1:40 to go in the 4th quarter.
Mustangs with
good looking orange Mustang there from Sides and Milburn Ford. Very fitting that we'd have a Mustang commercial for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs, and a beautiful orange one to boot. 1:40 to go. Mustangs back in business here. 2nd down and 10. 1:40 to go in the ball game. Pieper in motion. Toss play. Cuts it upfield. Brought down for a loss of about 1 on the play that time. But the clock runs under 1:30. And now a Valentine Badger is down.
Number 40, Braxton Coleman.
And that's Braxton Coleman who's on the ground and holding a knee that time, trying to get to his feet and make his way off the field. And hopefully just a cramp. That looks like the way that they're treating it here, and so we'll hope that's the case. 1:23 left to go in the fourth quarter. Say thanks to sponsors of tonight's action. We'll run through them one more time for you. Tell these folks thanks. You see them on the street, let them know that you appreciate it. If you're out of town, shoot them an email and give them some thanks. First National Bank of Gordon, Husker Auto Parts, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Bank of the West, Hins Home Furnishings, Gordon Vision Center, State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart, Carroll Child Accountant, Gordon Superfoods, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment Company, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. And folks, it's time to get out and winterize your home and yard before it's too late. It doesn't feel much like winter right now, but it's on its way. And Buck and the gang at True Value of Gordon have everything that you'll need to get that done. Stop in and see them in downtown Gordon today. So Coleman makes his way off the field, and we're ready to get things back underway here again with 1:23 left to go in the fourth quarter. So third down and about 11 yards to go for the Mustangs here. As that clock should wind, and it does. Under 1:20 to go now, but a 3rd and 11 for the Mustangs. Let's see what they decide to do. They'll wait and run this clock down as far as they can. Holbert not going to get under center until the back judge gives him the 5-second count. And now that starts. Holbert calls for the snap, and we've got an offsides call as one of the Valentine Badgers came across. He was keying on that motion. As Corby Campbell went in motion, he was following right behind him, and that'll cost the Badgers 5 yards. 58 seconds left to go in this one. And now they're going to say illegal procedure on the Mustangs. So that'll cost the Mustangs 5 yards. So it's now 3rd down and 15 yards to go with 58.6 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. And the clock, they wound the clock, but that shouldn't happen on an offensive penalty, I don't believe. So 55 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Mustangs facing a 3rd down and about 14 here. Holbert under center. Toss play left side to Corby Campbell. Corby cuts it up inside, and he'll have about 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 4th down, but the clock now under 45 seconds. And now, see what the Mustangs decide to do here. They're going to let this clock run down and call a timeout before they try and punt this one away. See what they decide to do here.
4th and 13 Mustangs.
So under 30 seconds to go now. Holbert back onto the field. Mustangs will have to snap it, and maybe they'll just have Holbert run around with it and run the clock out. Not sure what the count is, as we've now got the 5-second count and a timeout called by the Mustangs with 10 seconds left to go in this game. So 10 seconds left, 10.1. Mustangs call a timeout here, and we'll see what they decide to do. 4th down and about, well, now they've moved that marker up. It's 4th down and about 13, according to the marker on the far side of the field. Turned into an absolutely beautiful evening for football here. Started out a little bit warm, but a gorgeous night right now. Mustangs trying to go to 2-0 on the season. Mustangs changed their offensive philosophy this year with new head coach Kevin Lindholm. They've gone to this double wing offense and grinded out ball control style of offense. But it has served them well here in these first couple of games. Defense especially has looked very good here in the first couple of games. Mustangs looked outstanding here in the first half. They gave up a couple of touchdown drives here in the second half, but they've got tough when they really needed to here in the fourth quarter. 10.1 seconds left to go. 4th down for the Mustangs. And Morgan Holbert back in a punt formation here. We'll see what he decides to do. And he may just run around and try to run the clock out. He will kick it away. It's a high, short kick. Comes down at the 50, rolls, 3, 2, 1, and finally going to be touched by Corby Campbell, but not before the clock runs out. 0 on the clock. That is the end of the game, and the Mustangs, folks, are 2-0. Well, now we got officials coming across, and they're going to say put 2 seconds back on the clock.
I guess that's not the ball.
They'll say 2 seconds need to go back on the clock, so Valentine will have one more crack at it here. They're down by 8. They trail at 22-14. So Valentine still with life left. They'll scrimmage this one from the 49-yard line.
Have 2 seconds left.
So 2 seconds left to go. 3 wides to the wide side of the field for the Badgers. Kelber in the gun. Takes the snap and he'll drop back. Heaves it down the field as far as he can. Nice looking spiral, and that one is going to fall incomplete. And now the game is over. The Mustangs come out on top here, 22-14. Mustangs go to 2-0 on the season. Valentine falls to 1-1. Great game this evening. A little bit of excitement at the end, but the Mustangs come out victorious. We'll step aside and be back with a recap of all the scoring action after this from our sponsors.
Gordon Superfoods is proud to sponsor Gordon-Rushville Mustang football. Superfoods is a full-service grocery store that carries anything you might need. Check out the full-service meat department or satisfy your sweet tooth at the Sandhills Bakery. They have tons of great deals weekly, and if you don't have a rewards card, be sure to get one today. Good luck, Mustangs, from Gordon Superfoods.
These are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. Great tractors, awesome combines, incredible hay tools, and even an award-winning self-propelled sprayer. Innovative products, and a renewed commitment to people who really appreciate field smarts. Sounds like someone like you, doesn't it?
The Mustangs come out victorious in this one. Say thanks to sponsors of tonight's action: the First National Bank of Gordon, Husker Auto Parts, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Bank of the West, Hins Home Furnishings, Gordon Vision Center, Bob Alcorn State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart, Carroll Child Accountant, Gordon Superfoods, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. Let's take a look at how the action unfolded tonight. The Mustangs got an interception, the only turnover of the game. They got the interception on the first possession. Sean Combs picking off the pass. Mustangs put it in the end zone. That was Ethan Yanni going in, and the Mustangs led 6-0 with 8:06 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs struck again at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. That was Talon Pieper crashing over from 1 yard out. Two-point conversion was good this time, and it was 14-0. That would be the score at the halftime. Mustangs took the opening drive of the third quarter, and they marched that one in the length of the field. They went 79 yards with that drive, and Shane Child put that one in the end zone on a 63-yard touchdown strike, or touchdown run, excuse me, and that made the score 20-0. Valentine started to put it together about midway through the third quarter. 6:18, they put a touchdown on the board and made it 20-7 with about 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They got the ball again and scored again when the PAT was good. They made it 20-14 with 8:07 left in the fourth quarter. Both teams traded punts until the Mustangs were able to force a safety and extend their lead to 22-14. That's how the game would end. The Mustangs come out on top 22-14. They go to 2-0 on this young football season. Congratulations to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. So we will be back in action on Thursday night in Bayard. The volleyball team will take on the Bayard Tigers. Mustangs will be in action. The football team will be in action next Friday night when they travel to Bridgeport, and we, of course, will have that game as well. Until next time, Clint Anderson saying thank you for tuning in to Sheridan County Journal Star.net coverage of Mustang Football 2015.